Welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about homeschool curriculum that we used this last year and my end of year curriculum review. So this is kind of a hits and misses video. Things we used that we loved, things we used that maybe we didn't love, or it just wasn't it. So this is not in any way, shape, or form bashing on any curriculum whatsoever. I have a deep appreciation for all the different styles and all the different ways that we can teach our children in our homeschools, all the different resources and curriculum that we can pull in and use in our homeschool as well. And I will be the first to tell you that there are things that we have just swapped out, and there have been some things that have stuck. So this looks different every single year. There are things that we stick with for a duration of time while they serve us, and there are things that just kind of come and they don't stay for very long before we move to find something is more fitting for our home, our homeschool style, and our family. We are eclectic homeschoolers, so we use anything and everything and all the things in our homeschool. The first thing I want to talk about is Night Zookeeper. Today's video is in partnership with Night Zookeeper. I've worked with them for about the last year. Night Zookeeper is an online program for your children that you can use in your homeschool. In our home, we use Night Zookeeper as a supplement. It is reading, writing, typing, grammar, spelling, creative writing. I said writing, but also creative writing, navigating a computer. Typing is a big one for us, and we don't do a standalone extra typing program. So my kids are getting some of their typing skills through Night Zookeeper as they are through their creative writing project. There are different games on here that your children can navigate.
Knowledge. Relieve.
Another word for relieve. To relieve somebody of something. To ease. To ease.
Victory.
Another word for victory.
This, no.
One.
This?
Yeah. Triumph.
Hike.
Another word for hike.
Attend.
Attend.
Another word for attend.
Oh, wonder.
No? If you're going to attend something,
Go.
you're... Yep. Good job.
I have a coupon in the link down below for you to save 50% off your annual family membership. Something we use supplementary. It is something that I'm looking forward to using through the summer months while we're taking a break from some of the heavier book stuff, to just in the afternoon come sit with my boys, pull up the computer, spend 15 to 20 minutes going over, at each child's level, some extra typing, some extra spelling, some extra grammar, some extra things that maybe they don't work through on a regular basis. I do love Night Zookeeper for those extra things. Been here for a while. I have shared about them before. If you have not heard of Night Zookeeper and you're looking for something extra and something different, it doesn't even have to be supplementary. Some families use Night Zookeeper as a sole solid language arts curriculum in their homeschool, which you are welcome to do as well. To do this curriculum review in subjects. So instead of going through everything with my high schooler, everything with my middle schooler, and then everything with my youngest, I'm gonna just go by subject. So this year in our homeschool co-op, we did all kinds of things that were really kind of a main course for our family. So my youngest did a solid history. I believe it was from Master Books. He did that in co-op. So when it comes to history in our home, this year it looked very different. My oldest did a high school government course in our co-op. My middle child did an ecopolis course in our co-op. So there are a lot of moving parts and pieces that made things very different in our homeschool that we have here at home as a family. What we worked through this last year when it comes to history is this right here, the Tuttle Twins America's History book. This is one that a friend loaned to me to read, and I'm so glad that we did. This has been something we've been working through even still together as a family. We have not fully completed this yet. I'm not doing this with all of my boys. I'm actually reading this and have been reading this with my youngest two. It's been something that gets our minds thinking, the topics flowing. Alongside this, we've actually been using the Gather Round History Growing in Identity, I believe is the title of that one. We did use that unit study this last year. Love it, definitely recommend it, very pleased with it. We are unit study homeschoolers, bring in anything and everything and kind of tie everything together. Are big on family learning around here. We love to learn family style, unit studies, read alouds together, all of that. One thing that was a miss for us, and I'm just saying miss, it was something that we didn't thrive in this year. We did last year, but this year not so much, and that is wordly wise. For whatever reason, Wordly Wise just wasn't something that we were very diligent in doing this year. Last year we used it, it went great. This year, I honestly just felt like it was something extra. I felt like it was in the bottom of their bins, and if we wanted to pull it out because I needed something extra for them to do, they would do it. But it wasn't my top priority first grab, if you will, with curriculum. This was something that got put on the back burner. I don't have this bookwork on my list for this coming homeschool year. Things change. I'm hesitant to just throw that out there, but just at this point in time, I don't foresee a purchase of Wordly Wise for the upcoming homeschool year. We're still in kind of the language, grammar, all of that. Let me start with the next thing, Explode the Code. I've shared Explode the Code with you guys so many times, and these are just extra bookwork things, but I'm getting to the curriculum here shortly. This is all part of it. Explode the Code, my youngest worked through his book so quickly. Absolutely love Explode the Code in our home. They also have a Beyond the Code, which is more reading comprehension and stuff. We did do that. We did complete that. We will be purchasing more Explode the Code for the upcoming homeschool year for the boys that have not completed all 8 books. So this will be sticking around, most definitely. One thing that I purchased this last homeschool year that I did not, still on the language arts, reading comprehension, grammar, all that, still on that topic. It is the Bible Heroes from IEW. This, you guys, I love. I love it, I love it, I love it. But for some reason, it was not my first pick. And I think it's because I was knee deep in getting IEW structure and style kind of settled in, getting my boys settled into this. This was our first year using IEW structure and style. You will be seeing this again. This is something I love. I love the growth and everything that's happened through using IEW. I love it. I'm so thoroughly pleased. It is very different than anything we've ever done, but you will see this again. And I think because I was trying to navigate this with my older 2 boys, that's potentially why this got kind of put on the back burner with my youngest. I'm hoping and going to really try to use this for the upcoming homeschool year. This is something in every way, shape, and form I want to be using in our homeschool. I think I just kind of ran out of the gates running like we're guilty of doing, having all the things and then trying to fit them in. This was definitely a hit for the first 5 to 10 lessons that we did. My son loved it. It's very different style than anything we've ever used. Same with the structure and style. We used year 1 level B for my 7th grader and my 9th grader, and they will just be continuing on to the next one, doing it together even still. That's worked well for us. We plan to continue that. This is something for my youngest that I hope to be more diligent and practiced in using with him because I love what this book specifically is covering, but also IEW as a whole. I love the way that it's teaching my boys all kinds of things. I don't want to go in super in depth with a bunch of information, but you'll see why. What I did have this last year for my youngest, since this one, I was saying this one kind of got put on the back burner, what I was doing was the language arts and literature course book with him. This is from The Good and the Beautiful. We did do this. He did complete this book. We're kind of at a standstill now because I don't know exactly the direction I want to go for next homeschool year. I haven't made any commitments yet with curriculum for him for next year from The Good and the Beautiful. We'll continue with language arts and literature, or if we are going to make a switch, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But this right here, I want to be at the top of my list for my youngest. He is going to be going into 5th grade. Basic grammar, Town Mouse, and Country Mouse. My 2 older boys, I've shared with you before, they were doing these together, and we are working through completing these right now. We still have, I think, like 7 lessons left. So one thing that I love about co-op is everything that we get from co-op and all of the things that are accomplished and experienced and taught through co-op, but also sometimes things like this that are something you have to be more diligent in doing at home on a regular basis. These kind of get put on the back burner because obviously co-op, we have homework, we're taking incredible courses through there, which I'm so grateful for, but that tends to make me slow down a little bit more on some of the heavier stuff that we're doing at home. So we're still working through that, and math currently in our homeschool. One more things I want to go over as far as curriculum that we used this year and how it went. IEW Phonetic Zoo was a new introduction for us this last homeschool year. It was a huge win. It was a huge hit. We will be continuing with IEW Phonetic Zoo for my 2 youngest boys, my 7th grader and my 4th grader, which will be 8th grade and 5th grade. They will be continuing with Phonetic Zoo. It was an absolute hit. I love it. My kids love it. It's so simple. It's so easy. We didn't even, I'm just gonna tell you, we didn't even get the cards. Our kit came with picture cards. We have not used the extra resources once. My boys are really, really, really thriving with this type of spelling. It's been incredible for my boys, absolutely incredible. Really quick, also Life of Fred. This is just an extra supplementary thing, okay? These are just, we have a little bit of downtime, go sit and read for 15 minutes. Life of Fred is what we use. We started my boys with their early readers clear on when my boys were just little, and we're still continuing using these. We're reading through them because we have them. These were not things that I purchased extra at all. I've had these since we've had their elementary readers. These are just like, hey, go sit, go read something for a little bit. I don't even have my boys do the problems. I just have them read through them. So we have the language arts series and also the fractions and decimals and percents, high school math. We're talking about math. This last year, math was kind of all over the place. So my youngest was doing the Good and the Beautiful Math 4, and he was also doing teaching textbooks. I do not foresee us moving forward with either of those pieces for the upcoming homeschool year. I am predicting and finalizing and potentially making way for some changes. My 7th grader was using teaching textbooks. We also will not be continuing with teaching textbooks for him for pre-algebra. It is not that teaching textbooks was a hit or a miss. We've used it solid for, well, since my oldest was in 3rd grade, and my oldest is now a freshman, but it was time for change in our homeschool. So now that we are entering pre-algebra, we will no longer be doing teaching textbooks in our family. My son completed his 7th grade, and we will now be moving on to something different for math. When it comes to my oldest, he has been using Shorman Math, the Dive Interactive. That has been going great. He has probably 25 lessons-ish left. I've not completely decided. I know I came out about a month and a half ago saying that we were gonna be doing Shorman Math for my boys for next year. And since I posted that video and we're getting into some deep, deep stuff with Shorman, I'm kind of taking some time to really examine all my options. So I want to come back and say, like I said, things change. I'm still looking at what we're going to be doing for next year. I have gone down the rabbit trail of math curriculum, and I'm not wanting to really say a whole lot yet. I'm doing the research and also looking at what my boys are actually wanting to do with their life and things that we can do to set them up for that, for success beyond homeschooling. So I will come at you with all the curriculum things and decisions down the road. But for now, that's just a review of things that we've used in our homeschool. Still our unit study homeschoolers. We went through a couple different unit studies from Gather Round last year. That is still my absolute favorite time is when we are sitting together, learning together as a family, spending time together, and teaching my boys, whether it be through a read aloud, whether it be through a unit study, whether it be through something we're doing in life, my absolute favorite. So anyway, that's what I want to share with you. If you have any questions, let me know. I would be happy to answer them if I have an answer for you. And I will see you in our next video. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you very soon. Bye.